Okay, so today I want to talk about my favorite songs from the 2000s. I have a lot of picks, so this will be one of my longer videos, but let's just get into it. First off, I decided to go Shake It Off by Mariah Carey. Yes, We Belong Together is a more popular song. I do like that song, but I like Shake It Off just a little bit more. I think it's so ridiculously catchy. Love the vocals, how playful it is, the lyrics. Yeah, they were in their bag with this one. And then Mariah had multiple albums this decade, so I decided to pick one song from each album. I did Obsessed from Memoirs of a Perfect Angel. I mean, what an iconic diss track. She did what had to be done. I think it's so catchy. The use of autotune on here, it makes sense for the song. I love the lyrics on here. Mariah did what had to be done. I love the music video as well. Yeah, she ate down. Favorite diss track all time. From Equals MC Squared, decided to go I Stay in Love. It's probably my favorite song on the album, though I really do love I Wish You Well. Next up, we got the one from Charm Bracelet. Yeah, it's one of my favorite Mariah Carey songs of all time, so I had to include this one in the video. Obviously, what a moment. Should have been a single. Really should have been. From Mariah's Glitter album, I decided to go Never Too Far. It's my favorite song on the album. A gorgeous piece, vocally. Underrated gem. Now we got some Aaliyah, Try Again, #1 solely off radio airplay. It don't get much better than this, I fear. We also got Rock the Boat by Aaliyah as well, and just a classic. We know it, we love it. And I did do a video on my channel, and I was sharing my favorite songs from 2001, so there may be songs I included there I forgot to include in this one and everything, but that's also on the channel if you want to watch that. Usher, You Got It Bad. I really like this one. I need to get into the rest of his discography, because I'm sure he has a lot of great deep cuts, but this is a single from him I always liked. Sarah Bareilles' love song. Yeah, label wanted her to write a love song, and she gave us a smash hit. This don't come around every day. It don't. Next up, Adele, Make You Feel My Love. This is a Bob Dylan cover. You listen to the original, it's god-awful. But Adele, she made it into something that is actually listenable and something that is moving. So I love her version. Got Some In Sync, It's Gonna Be Me, a classic. I really like the choreography for this one. Also, Bye 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 is a great song. Bad Romance by Lady Gaga, because of course it's Lady Gaga, so I have to pick this smash hit. Next up, we got some Avril Lavigne, I'm With You. Love this song. It's always been one that stood out to me. Kind of had a moodiness to it that I really liked. Also have to give it to Complicated, one of the best debut singles that I really enjoyed, and Skater Boy. And then she also had a Girlfriend off of the Best Damn Thing album that I liked. She had a couple hits the second she did, so I have to give it to Avril Lavigne. She ate. Some Kelly Clarkson, My Life Would Suck Without You. I really love this song. One of the best choruses that I've ever heard. Another Kelly Clarkson one, Since You've Been Gone, because of course this was an amazing pop rock feat. And like I said, I don't think there's anyone who does pop rock better than Kelly Clarkson. Norah Jones, Don't Know Why. There's just something that's so tasteful about this song, and I love how I feel listening to it. Really delicate vocal on here. I like the piano. I like the songwriting. Yeah, there's a brilliance to this song. Always loved it. Kesha, TikTok. Absolutely. Kesha, she had some great music. She really did. So I have to take a moment to appreciate her and what she's given to us in pop culture. And shout out to Kesha. I'm always rooting for her. Michael Bublé, Haven't Met You Yet. This is one I always thought was catchy whenever I heard it, and I came across it in one of those little Spotify playlists, and I was like, oh, let me throw it in the video. I think it's a nice song. Jay-Z and Alicia Keys, Empire State of Mind. Always enjoy this song. I get why people are tired. Now we're on to some Beyonce. Halo. I know this song is overplayed. I know, but Halo is just one of those songs that I always loved. Like, whenever I was a kid and seeing this always play on Teen Nick, it's just something I've always loved. And if we play it 1,000 times, I'm gonna go up for Halo. I am sorry. They did what had to be done. Shout out to Ryan Tedder for putting the song together, and for Beyonce for taking it to the next level. This is one of my favorite Beyonce songs of all time. I don't care. Next up, we got Kitty Cat from B-Day, my favorite song from B-Day. What an excellent album, and the Neptunes production is incredible. Has a lot of Beyonce sentiments that she has in a lot of her songs, talking about, you know, empowerment and stuff like that. Yeah, exquisite. I'm sorry, one of my favorite Beyonce songs of all time. Off debut, I had to go with Crazy in Love featuring Jay-Z. This was the real debut single. Yes, we had to work it out, but that was for Austin Powers soundtrack. You know, this was the real moment, and she slid. That music video, that choreography, that vocal, people hope an entire career for a moment like this, and Beyonce has several. I'm sorry, she ate. I had to pick a couple Brandy songs. So first up, we did When You Touch Me from Full Moon. Her best song, I Don't Care. The vocals on here and the vocal layering is insane. Really like the writing. The production here was flawless. Torn Down has always been one of my favorite Brandy songs, so I had to mention it. And I also really like the song Aphrodisiac off this album. Gotta talk about Janet Jackson, of course, one of my favorite artists all time. Off You, as I said, one of the best pop songs ever. And I uploaded a video onto this channel, and it was Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis kind of talking about the creative process of the song, which I thought was really interesting. And yeah, it's just so infectious to listen to. I love the choreography for the music video. I love her vocals and vocal layering, which she doesn't get enough credit for, by the way. This is a template for how to make pop perfection. I love the song, I do. Next up, Doesn't Really Matter, off of the same album. I always put these songs together. I do, as I said before, top 5 Janet Jackson song all time for me. Think it's super catchy. Again, great vocal layering and songwriting on here as well. Love the music video, love the choreography and how futuristic that it is. Yeah, this is top tier Janet Jackson in my opinion. Also, another Janet Jackson pick I have to talk about, Thinking About My Ex. This is my favorite song off Demeter Joe, best song of Demeter Joe, if you let me tell it. And my friends very much disagree with me on that, but not everyone has taste. Okay, yes, we love All Night Don't Stop. There's a lot of other great songs, but The Bridge on Here alone, I'm sorry, it's top one. It's top one. She ate, she did what had to be done. And so today I'm recognizing the brilliance that is Thinking About My Ex. Next up, we got Enjoy. Yeah, this one of the only good songs off of this album. And this is just quintessential Janet Jackson. When you think of her, you think of great songs like this. Just something that is so blissful to listen to and a beautiful piece in the discography for sure. Another one of my favorite songs of her. Last Janet one I'll mention today is Feedback off of the Discipline album. Smash hit, smash hit. Oh, that production, that vocal, that choreography, that video. I really like singing a song live, by the way, because I got the opportunity to see her in concert. She knew what had to be done. Also have to mention Whenever, Wherever by Shakira. Shakira's a great songwriter, doesn't get enough credit for that, and this song is super catchy as well. Aretha wonderful. Such a good album, and I really like this song, the way that her voice sits in this production. Her vocals are sublime. I like the writing on here. It just works for Aretha, it does. Have to put Until the End of Time, Justin Timberlake featuring Beyonce. Justin Timberlake as a person, we know he's not a good person. Let's get that out of the way. They ate the song up, they did, and Beyonce makes everything better, so we have to love it. Some more Justin Timberlake, Summer Love. This is my favorite song off Future Sex Love Sounds. I like the production on here, and the way that his vocal delivery sits on it is super unique to me, and the fact this was top 10 without a video is impressive. I would have liked to see a video for this. My favorite song from his debut, Take It From Here. What a gorgeous piece. I like the bridge and just all the parts of the song. An amazing vocal from here, some of the best songwriting, amazing production, one of his best songs. This is going to be like a top 10 Justin Timberlake song all time for me. Next up, Take a Bow by Rihanna. Yup. Whenever I had to pick a song from Rihanna, this is the first one that came to mind. I'm sorry, she did what had to be done. It's a serve. And then Hard with Jeezy. Yeah, she meant business. I love it. Some Fionaapple, Get Him Back. This is my favorite Fionaapple song. She's one of my favorite singer-songwriters of all time, as I've mentioned times over. I like the songwriting on here, and it's pretty catchy as well. Some Taylor Swift, Our Song. What a great moment. What a nice country single. More Taylor Swift, You Belong With Me. Love it. This is the Taylor's version, but the song was originally released in 2008, 2009, as we know. And this is one of her hits that I can hear and I don't get tired of, which is a huge compliment for me because a lot of the big hits, I just can't stand it. But some stuff just breaks through, and she did what had to be done. One of her best bridges. Paul McCartney, Jenny Wren. This is one of my favorite Paul McCartney songs. I just love his guitar work on here. I liked his vocals on here a lot, and the lyrics are great. Also have to mention this song that he did on the same album, Riding to Vanity Fair. Very moody piece for him. He typically doesn't do anything like that. It's very upbeat and happy, but that's kind of why I liked it, because it was a different thing from him. So yeah, I have to mention that song is one of my favorites for the 2000s as well, because he ate that. That's very underrated in the catalog. Not Michaeljackson, Heaven Can Wait. Technically, I haven't heard this full song. Well, why am I putting it on the list? Because the snippets I heard from TikTok, it's too good. And I thought about it, and I couldn't live with myself without mentioning this song in some way. So, you know, it's going to be on the list for now. And then on my YouTube channel, Anastasia25, I'm going to react to the Invincible album in a few months, so I will finally hear the song in full. But that snippet I heard, it's undeniable. I'm sorry, I had to mention it. Next up, we got Britney Spears' Cinderella. This is my favorite Britney Spears song all time. She got a writing credit on this. She worked with Mass Martin. She made a smash hit. And for the life of me, as I said before, I don't get why this wasn't a single. It has huge potential. I love the song to this day. My favorite song from In the Zone was Early Morning. I just really liked it. Interesting in terms of the production. From Blackout, I decided to go Why Should I Be Sad? One of my favorite Britney Spears song all time. Shout out to the Neptunes production and Pharrell for writing this. And then off of Circus, I had to go with Unusual You. It's very different in her discography and just really interesting in terms of the subject matter and the production as well. Next up, we got some Christinaaguilera. I decided to go Walk Away from Strip. This is probably my favorite song. It has a jazzy feel to it, and I kind of wish she stepped into this bag a little bit more, and this is one I really enjoyed. Another Christina one, I had to go with Candyman, just something that's so joyful, playful, fun to listen to. Her vocal on here is excellent. Paramore, The Only Exception, because of course this was a really nice record. Some mileycyrus, Party in the USA, smash it. She did what had to be done. Then another moment for her with Hannah Montana, Rockstar. Yeah, this did what had to be done. That guitar in there, that vocal, that lyric, it's just so catchy. Another Hannah Montana one, I Want to Know You. I really liked this one. On Spotify, I don't know why you can't hear David Archuleta on it. You have to listen to it, I believe, on Apple Music or YouTube. They need to put him back on the song because he ate his part, but I really like this one. Some country, again, with the Chicks. Traveling Soldier, this one is just about soldiers going to war, them passing away, the devastating effects that can have, and that's a bigger conversation, and I really enjoy this one. I believe there's a dobro solo on here, and that is absolutely beautiful. It gives you a lot to think about. It does. It's sad, but it's a beautiful piece. Another one from the same album, A Home. This is just beautiful. It really is. I had to mention it. And then two from this album, Taking a Long Way, aka their best album, Voice Inside My Head. I just loved it. And then Everybody Knows, yeah, they were in their bag. Missy Elliott, Work It, smash hit, smash hit. Yeah, the way that she just flew over this beat, we don't talk about it enough. We don't. And then I also have to talk about Get Your Freak On. That's another great song from the Miss East So Addictive album. Love that song. So those are two for Missy Elliott. Elliott Smith, I didn't understand. This was when I came through in my library and I was like, oh yeah, I really like this one. Beautiful harmony. Pocket Full of Sunshine, Natasha Bedingfield. Oh, it was something serious. It was, what a piece, what a piece. Also have to put Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield as well because she ate that. I like this song by Justin Bieber, Favorite Girl. I like the acoustic version a little bit more, but like I said, whenever I first got into him, like that was when I first really stand an artist before I even knew what sinning was, so I had to mention it. Getting into my Amy Winehouse bag, we gotta talk about Take the Box. What an emotional piece. But she really ate this down, she really did. Also wanted to mention Rehab from the Back to Black album as well. What a talented singer-songwriter that she was. Clumsy by Fergie. I always really like this one. I'm Yours by Jason Mraz. This one has a lot of nostalgia for me. Growing up, I always really enjoyed this song, so wanted to mention it. Wednesday song, John Frusciante, the guitarist of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I like his solo music, I do, and this was a great one. Some Glee, Hate on Me cover, Jill Scott. They ate Jill Scott up so much, and Jill Scott, problematic. What she said recently, she got to be held accountable for that, because girl, what was that about? But Amber Riley did what had to be done. Thank God. Also, her cover of Bust Your Windows, it was so good. It was. A lot of people like to look down on Glee, but just listen to some of the covers that Amber Riley or Naya Rivera did. At least they have great voices, and this is one that I've always loved. Getting into my Destiny's Child bag, I have to mention Free from Destiny Fulfilled, aka their best album. This one just feels like summer. It's so refreshing to listen to. I love the vocals from all of them. Just something so powerful to listen to. My favorite Destiny's Child song. Then we had Emotion. This is just a beautiful ballad, and if you've ever seen the version that they did with Celine Dion, that was excellent too, and another one of my favorites by them. Have to mention the smash hit that was Survivor. She said, thought I wouldn't sell without you, sold 9 million. And there's a compilation on YouTube, and then every time they performed it live, she updated the sales figures. So I love Petty Beyonce. They definitely ate and did what had to be done. What a moment that this was. Some Gwen Stefani, Holla Back Girl. Apparently this was a diss track. I forget who she was beefing with at the time, but I love diss tracks. You listen to it, you don't even know it's a diss, you know, it's just that great of a song. And that's what she did with Holla Back Girl. Like, this is so catchy. She did what had to be done. She really did. And then also Luxurious. Yeah, this one, super catchy. Shout out to Gwen Stefani. Oh my God, Suddenly I See KT Turnstile. This is one that I always used to love. And I remember for years, I couldn't remember what the song was called. And then I was on Space with my friends, and then they reminded me of this song. I was like, oh my God, this is a song that I used to love. Suddenly I See. Why the hell it means so much to me. Just such a feel-good song. I really liked her vocal on this song. Liked the production as well. Like, this is one I always loved as a kid. A lot of nostalgia for me. Did what had to be done. I fear. Stop This Train. This is kind of about being afraid of being older. I like the guitar on this vocal. Definitely one of his best songs. Also, Edge of Desire is one of my favorite John Mayer songs. Just a guitar piece on there, one of his best lyrically. This is a really great one just in terms of the instrumentation alone. I like the acoustic version way better than the album version, as do most people, and his vocals improved a lot by this point. So another favorite. And last one is Say. I didn't know that this was his song until like years later, but this is one that I always liked before I even knew it was him. And yeah, he's a trash person, so let's just have that disclaimer on there. I like his music, I don't care for him as a person. Alright, so that's gonna be my list for my favorite songs of the 2000s, and yeah, there's a lot of gems and great material there. So I hope that I didn't forget anything too egregious. If I did, I'll leave a pinned comment down below. And this is just music I've listened to now. I'm always trying to discover new stuff and listen to new music, so maybe in the future future, when I feel like I've listened to enough new music, then I will do a part 2 to this. You never know. But yeah, 2000 special decade for me. Obviously a decade I grew up in, so yes, there's a lot of nostalgia, but there's a lot of stuff that I've heard now that I didn't hear when I was younger that I still really love. So I think there's a lot of great picks for this. And like I said, I did a video sharing my favorite songs of 2001. So if I didn't include them in this video, it's just because I simply forgot. But yeah, what a decade, what a moment. Let me know what you guys think of my list down below. What are your favorite ones that I shared? What are your favorite songs of the 2000s? Is there any you feel like I left out? And also, I did do a video like this for the 90s and the 80s and the 70s as well. I think I'm going to do like my top 10 favorite songs for the 60s at some point. And so I really like doing these videos. But yeah, continue the conversation down below in the comments and let me know what you think of my picks.